Welcome back, friends, to Occultists Anonymous and our Mage Chronicle Into the West. Mage the Awakening, by the way, for the couple folks who hopped into Discord today and were asking about Ascension. Y'all are welcome, but I played it like I played three episodes and I was part of the technocracy, so sorry.
Well, we can't super help you. Yeah. We can't. Some other people might.
We definitely got Ascension folks in Discord, so
yeah, I'll talk to you about Ascension, but also let's wait and see what happens at the end of the campaign. Okay, it hasn't been revealed to us yet what our ultimate endpoint is. So perhaps, indeed, we can rename this Mage the Ascension.
I mean, we trying. Anyways, thank you all for joining us. Special shout outs to everybody who follows, subscribes, shares with their friends, talks with their buddies about it, invites them to Discord. Like, it's real easy, guys. If you want to support the show, just let people know about it. Come hang out in the Discord, even if they don't want to watch the show or listen to the show. That's cool. Join the community. It's a good place to hang. Shout outs. Oh, yeah. Especially to our Patreon supporters: 1D4 Con James, Adele, Alice, Alexander, Alstrit, Bernie, Chris, Doc, Emil, Jeff, George, I'm Lonely, Hi Lonely, I'm Dad, Cat Feathers, Klaus, Milo V3, Boku, Mozart D Minor, NT Gamer, Nick, Other Guy, Perry, Foog, Polka Dot Hubris, Puppeteer, Riafio, Shaxara, Starfish, Terran, The Nowhere King, This Is Hype, Thomas, Tom, Verhex, and Vortex. Thank you all so much for your support. Sorry, I thought I had to sneeze. When we last left the Coven, they don't know what they were doing. Technically, the last time the whole gang was together was months ago when was months ago when they went and visited Jose Catalan de Munoz y Romero. And there was a little bit of I was going to say a falling out, but it was, I mean, guys were never up to begin with. So it was just like, hey, fuck you. Hey, fuck you back. Here's a dagger with the Black Plague. That Isabel just kind of like, okay, this kind of sucks. All right, done. Thanks, Dad. And the Cabal kind of the Coven went their separate ways. Things were a little tense, and you guys individually over the past couple months have realized that there's more out there. Admittedly, some of you already knew it because you've met an Archmage. All of you know it because you've seen an Imperial spell right in front of you to channel some kind of otherworldly being into a physical host. Some of you at home had probably deduced that was a form of an entity's spell. Yes, good job. Definitely higher than rank. Definitely higher than 6 dots. I think it's like 8. It's a big honkin' spell, and you all individually kind of wandered off and continue to be part of the town, continue to be part of the Coven, and had your individual little second awakenings. The first, probably not surprising anybody, was Legba, who decided that the right way to try and dig into some of this stuff was physically throwing himself into the astral. So everybody in Purgatory Bluff had probably a few hours of no telepathy. And Legba came back changed. This is part where I'll turn to Ralph and go, because we discussed it a little bit in your episode. I discussed it with everybody in your episodes. But is there anything obvious that has changed physically for Legba? I know we discussed one thing for sure, but I wasn't sure if there were any others.
Sure. Legba looks now exactly like his astral counterpart. Once he returned from seeking the threshold and returned from his Sintamani, he couldn't see himself any other than he saw, and he sees himself in the astral. Has now become how he has materially projected. So his eyes are as blue as the fantastic artwork that depicts that. That was a hint for any who might have suspected that. So his eyes look like the blue of the sea. They're cerulean. And he seems to be in stark relief against the surroundings. So he's limping more consistently. I think that might be what you're referring to, Drew. His limp is now what you would expect from depictions of Paco Legre as a true limp, instead of just being some kind of like mannerism he had kind of like unconsciously adopted over the years. Yeah, I'd say that he has a near perpetual smile on his face, which might be the most jarring aspect of it. Instead of having this like performed rictus sometimes and to be ingratiating, because his virtue has changed to sympathetic. He seems almost constantly pleased to be in someone's presence. And the fact that the projection of himself that he is now bringing into the phenomenal looks so much like his astral counterpart. It's hard not to notice him against the background.
Cured his bitchy resting face.
Yeah,
resting
bitch face.
Yeah, resting bitch. Yeah.
Some call it resting disgusted face in order to use and avoid that word.
Sure.
But yes, exactly. That's the phenomenon we're talking about. Yeah. Yep. So
I like that. It was a few weeks later that Theo, with the help of Legba, decided to have a little experiment and decided to pull her soul out of her body and put it into an automata, and then had Legba pull her entire mind out and put it into an automata, and had a very unpleasant. How would you describe that experience, Craig?
Things were not connected. Which led her to a obsessive examination of patterns. So she could see the pattern of her soul, she could see the pattern of her mind, but something was still missing.
Yes.
Right. There was some sort of connective force there that was gone when her mind was in Lady Mechana, that was a big reveal. She had been hiding this for some time as like a brass and porcelain, very detailed, articulated female form that she brought out for this. So she could get in and move it around, but it was literally like just a puppet.
Wow.
There was no actual connection there. And she could see her soul, but you couldn't feel it when it was in that case.
Oh.
And
It's totally right there in the automata with you, but you guys are not connected.
You need the flesh to look it up.
And even then, that's a questionable thing, right?
So that led her to examine what was the missing ingredient that connected everything to the person.
So with that, Craig, do you want to tell everybody what she looks like now?
Okay. So Theo had always aged rapidly compared to like her chronological age. Was much younger than her physical appearance. Plumper and grayer hair and wrinkly skin and that kind of. She was proceeding towards the death state, I guess, a little faster. But after her awakening, she's much more taller, thinner, younger, smooth complexion, just striking looks back. Much more in line with the hot necromancer form of her daemon.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So, yes.
You reached an understanding.
Theodosia came back and looks like her evil counterpart that you all have heard wonderful stories about.
Like was met her.
Yeah. On the plus side, that one is probably the one where the rest of y'all are starting to wonder what exactly is happening, because Theodosia had a very obvious physical change, and then then it was Isabel's turn. Chris, do you want to give us a quick rundown of all the dumb shit you decided you wanted to go do?
Where did we even start? Genuinely, where did I start? Actually, trying to remember.
You took off to
The Tempest.
Mm-hmm. Like you had a little.
Right.
Yep.
Things need to be settled.
Yep.
I forgot that was just me.
Yep.
Yes, I went to the Tempest and decided that it was time to settle things, and that that I would not have my home in the sky be a place of succor and sustenance for the people that we are trying to stop from ruining the world.
Fantastic.
And Isabel, as she's wont to do, started shit without really thinking it through. And sort of without, I mean, just by the nature of her being there, things already started heating up, and there was already sort of defenses and towers and castles formed in the Tempest.
Yep.
Between the Diamond and the Seers, and so Isabel's arrival and trying to rope in some of the, I guess would be essentially free council, impending mages to join the Diamond and fight against the Seers kind of kicked everything off.
So they had a lightning civil war on the Tempest.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Someone decided to shoot first. It was not actually me, right?
Correct. It was not you.
Wait,
It was not me.
was not.
Remember, because the Tempest is a bunch of people who think and act just like Isabel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Someone else fired it at us, and then I emptied an entire Althoth's worth of essence into a lightning bolt at someone.
Oh,
So they fired first with a lightning bolt that hit a bunch of Tempestari who were kind of used to lightning and going, ow, that hurt. And Isabel said, fine, and fired cohesive beams of energy, not lightning bolts, blasts. Yeah. It was bad. It was very bad.
And then they quickly upped their essence too, and we were hurt and driven off, and the Diamond folks had to abandon ship.
Oh no!
Whoa!
So yeah, they lost the Tempest.
Oh my gosh!
So yeah, the Seers currently have the Tempest.
We were teleported out to New York, right?
Whoa!
Boston. Flew out to Boston with if Isabel was gay, she'd be in love with this person. And
Grecian muscle mommy.
Yeah. Yeah. Real Cassandra the Eagle Bearer sort of vibes. And from there, Isabel kind of, did she go back home?
I do not remember how exactly you wandered off, but yes, got yourself in a little bit of a mystery play.
Leg bone. Oh, I see. That's what led to it.
Wandered back off and ended up searching for. One thing led to another. Ended up in the astral, looking for the astral representation of the Tempest.
Oh, great.
And made it out to the edge of the ocean and had not found it, and then scoured the entire Anima Mundi looking for it, and then pushed forward further and through the abyss and made it across. But
Wow.
at some point, I found the Tempest in a much more different time.
Oh.
At the very beginning.
Whoa.
Where I realized that I was in basically prehistoric times, and
Oh my gosh.
ventured forth and met the first spirit of a storm.
Holy shit.
And flew up to it and breathed life of the Tempest into itself and became the mother of storms.
Whoa.
And then she met the Time Dog, who is actually the supernal being of the Tempest, who called her
Oh my
Mom.
god.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie.
That's why I'm
That's
surprised watching
awesome.
you.
So did you actually create the Tempest?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With your attainment.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah, Drew
It's
got
so
caught off guard by
good.
doing that one.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was like,
man.
and then you cast a spell. It's like, no, I'm going to use my Tempest Starry attainment to create the Tempest Starry. And
Yes.
I'm like,
I know
It's
how
so
to create
good.
stable time loops.
yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, so that the main reason I had Chris go over that is because we do have that little hanging point there of the Tempest is currently not ours, even though I'm the one
Yep.
who made it.
Yeah,
It will be.
It is. I see your asset right now.
Yep.
Oh, that's even better. Oh,
yeah.
that just sets a playing field for some real interesting stuff.
Yep.
Drew's
When you come
y'all
back.
at home. Drew's mean
So-
hasn't let us talk to each other about any of
No.
this. I've to sit on that for
Yep.
like a month now.
Yep.
Mama's come home to clean house, y'all.
That's very much what is likely to happen.
Yep.
Give me back my storm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was here before. I was nice before. I was honestly nice before. Gloves off. Gloves are off.
Last time I came here and you shot at me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Helena went on walkabout
Mm.
and decided that she didn't have enough arcana and couldn't see all the possible threats. So decided to make like Jesus and go on a 40-day excursion into the wilderness.
Oh.
Told all y'all,
Great.
hey, I'll be back. Or I won't.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then went and got 1 dot in space and mind and death and spirit, so she could see all the things.
Yeah.
Which, admittedly, once you are at the level y'all are, getting that first dot doesn't really require too much effort,
No.
right?
Yeah.
But then met an angel. Actually, no, she got into the Weird West, we'll say, as more and more
cool.
magical bullshit kept happening, and then met an angel, as all of y'all did, met some form of wonderful helper who offered assistance. Just come with
yeah.
me.
So good.
And
Yes.
and she was like, no, as y'all did, because we're here talking about it. And then proceeded to Sam Fisher her way through the abyss, sneaking through, laying the smack down here and there, and found her way out to the other side. And probably was the role I was most nervous about, because she was the last one. I was like, everybody else still exists. Will Helena still exists when we pick up the game? Everybody survived. Oh, I jumped ahead. Well, I guess we can do this in either order. Chris and Ash, were there any changes for y'all as well with your new Archmage materialized bodies?
I think in the perfect lighting, which I don't know, it's probably like the last moments of light before storm clouds block out the sky. There is it's like kind of, you could swear that she looks like she's got sort of like butterfly scales for her skin.
Ooh.
Just that sort of like
Cool.
diaphanous monarch sort of pattern, and it's just there for a second. And then just as a bit of flavor, I think her eyes are perfectly shielded from the sun by any hat she wears.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
That sun is right at the horizon. How are you just staring out towards
Like
it?
that scene out of Desperado.
Yeah.
Like you almost reveal the eyes, and then
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not quite full like Vivi, but
Mm-hmm.
I think like her eyes being hidden under the shadow of the hat.
That's super
Very
cool.
good.
And Helena is basically through all this, she really sort of tapped into the Max persona and the livestock guardian dog.
Mm-hmm.
So she's physically actually a bit more muscular now. Kind of carries herself differently. Instead of like a proper lady, she has weight to herself when she moves around. And her hair has it's gotten a lot thicker. It's closer in texture to like a dog's pelt. So it's kind of gonna be a mess of trying to like keep it braided and tied up because it's just again way thicker and coarser. And it's got some of the white from like a Great Pyrenees coat mixed in amongst the brown.
Cool.
So it's not like full robe, like a stripe by her face, but just like there's just like a chunk of it on the sides of it.
Very, very good. I know Layla is having a time, so
She's mad.
So yes, everybody, congratulations! You made it to Arc Mastery. We finally caught up with Wards and Witchcraft. And with that, y'all have had some time. Like I said, this has been over a course of a couple months. So Legba, for instance, has been an Archmage for a little while. Everybody else has been playing a little bit, not necessarily of catch up, but progression, going through day-to-day stuff and realizing like we need more, we need to reach more, or especially like in Theodosia's case, breaking through the limits that she had self-imposed with her daemon. Now the two of them are on speaking terms and have kind of agreed this is the way we're going to go, and has rocketed forward. So real quick, we're going to do that same order, and we're going to go through and talk about what one imperial magic that you guys have worked to like really solidify. Yes, I can do this. I have reached that new level of power. So Ralph, because yours is inspiring.
Thank you. So what prompted Legba to seek the threshold in the immediate sense? Because in the past, it had been something he had been considering since he encountered Rilla, that there must be a way to reach that level of power without being so abhorrent of a person. And he feared that if he didn't seek wisdom, and if he didn't carefully shepherd his own interest and his own connection to others, that might be the path he goes down, much in the same way that he was worried about being a will worker now, as he thinks of it being a traveler, but traveling down the wrong path. So after the encounter with Isabel's father, right, he came back and he decided that instead of exhorting people, as he was inclined to do, not just as a faith leader, but as a person shifting away from browbeating them, right, he was still taking the route that people need to be talked at, and encouraged to do things, and decided that perhaps he should just eliminate obstacles for people to do what they want to do, the things that are, that they're singing in their soul. So he listened to a bunch of people. He tried to cast some conventional spells in order to help them in the Temenos, and it didn't work. It didn't take, and it didn't make sense to him. He just didn't believe that his magic wouldn't work for the purpose he intended it to. And so then, he went into the astral and went into the Anima Mundi to talk to the Eons. But at that point on the edge of the Omphalos, he was inspired to just see what's out there, to just go beyond and seek the answers themselves. He had a brief encounter with the old man and realized in that conversation that in the same way that he can't be telling people what to do, he can't be asking people to tell him what to do. And so then he traveled across, reached his way into the Supernal, set up his Centimani, and came back. And the first thing he did was he listened to people again. He didn't tell them what to do. He just wanted to understand the town freshly, newly, with a new mind, a new body, and a new approach to magic. And he came to understand all the hidden dreams, all the suppressed ideals of all the members of Purgatory Bluff. And he did this in a rather, I want to say, ritualistic way, walking around, and as he's doing this, laying down paths to channel what he called oneiricence, like the resonance of dreams, so that he could channel the hope and yearning that he learned about, that everyone is expressing all the time in their dreams, but they're holding themselves back from engaging, from following up on. He channeled that all the way into Niachis, so the mountain that he wanted to become sacred. And then he harnessed all of that, and he cast an enormous working that will forever veil self-doubt from all those who dream at least one night within the borders of what is considered Purgatory Bluff, what people think of as Purgatory Bluff. No territorial boundaries, no specific physical features, only what people call Purgatory Bluff. If somebody's sleeping on a tent on the outside and they think they're a part of Purgatory Bluff, and they're within the bounds of this spell. And so once they're veiled from self-doubt, with that hope in his mind, then they will achieve the dreams that the abyss, the shard of the abyss in their soul has been holding them back from achieving.
Love it. Also, good
That's
example
so
of
nice.
how quintessence is made.
Yeah.
Working through doing some lesser magic to wind up for a big knockout. Speaking of, well, I guess not really speaking of knocking people out, but Greg, with a less esoteric and far more spooky spell.
So Theo, in the past, Theo had done a series of excursions finding Avernian gates out in the Wild West. Like we'd been on for a bunch of them. I think Isabel was on one. She sought out the first Avernian gate in North America.
Oh, geez.
Which would have been like around in Alaska somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Right. First death in North America when people came over on the land bridge.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And spent some time with the Geist, the Guardian Geist there, which would have just been ancient.
Yeah.
And tapped into that essence to craft an outfit out of shadow. So Theo is now effectively full-time naked, except for this cloak of shadow that she wears. That will mold itself to be whatever she needs. Wings, extra arms, whatever. She's just sort of dressed in it looks vaguely translucent, like a surface level translucence. You can see into the material a little bit. But it can form itself into a shell or whatever she needs it to on the fly, using dynamics to be whatever she needs it to be in the moment. So normally at rest, it looks like she's wearing like a long gown that kind of fades away at the end. Like there's no seam or hem at the bottom. It just kind of drifts off into nothingness. So that was her big working.
Tenebrous gown.
Yes. And to be fair, I'm going to make this reference, but Craig made it first. She's Bayonetta.
Yes.
She's using shadows instead of her hair. So yeah. In a more flashy styling, Chris, what did Isabel go into?
Isabel flew to different parts of the world, seeking spirits of the sky and of the four winds, bonded them to herself as familiars. And hi, Greg.
Oh yeah.
Embodied in cats.
Yeah. No.
He's such a muppet.
He's such a muppet. Embodied them with her essence by making them familiars, and then cast an imperial spell to essentially modify that their being to be able to shift and like shift between like choruses of spirits and necessary essences to grow and everything, and that basically according to her needs of them, that they would be able to travel out in the world, survive indefinitely, and become rulers of their own courts on her behalf.
So good.
And
Like an empress.
so, yeah. So they are her heralds.
Oh, and there's their names.
Yeah.
You want to share with the class?
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to try to pronounce those. I didn't prep those ahead of time.
So these were generally from relative to Purgatory Bluff. So before anyone starts being like, that's not east, that's not west. So from somewhere in Persia, she found a spirit named Allah, A-A-L-A.
Let's clarify that one real fast.
Yeah, not Allah. My inshallahs have not become mashallahs that hard. From way up in the tip, probably near like Lapland, she found a north wind spirit of the rough North Sea up there, named Onlu. From down in like the Upper Nile region of Egypt, she found a spirit that is relatively like sphinx looking. That is a spirit of like desert storms and wind and sand, named Hadiya. And then out in the Pacific Islands, she found a spirit of a cyclone named Talalele.
Okay. Heck yeah. You guys just giving me extra NPCs to deal with. Not really.
That's the idea.
Yeah. And again, quintessence building into that actual spell itself, the searching for them and then enhancing them. And then hey Helena, what you doing?
Yeah.
Nothing so kind or helpful.
Depends on your perspective.
Yeah, Helena is on a righteous warrior path again at this point. And is going out of her way to sort of sanctify the hallows and the ley lines around around London. Just to sort of make it so that the essence and the resonance and all there will be the opposite of whatever the seers want to use it for, so that it can't be used for profane workings.
Yes.
So yeah, she's basically it's a prime imperial spell that if you use it nicely will make it so that everything the land produces is attuned to whatever you need it for. I'm doing the opposite. I'm making it so that they cannot use it.
Yep. So we pick up with the 4 new Archmasters, who at this point you all now are well aware that you all are Archmasters. There's this weird spell that Legba casts on the town. Theo looks different and walks around in darkness. There are these 4 wind spirits. Actually, how often are those familiars actually around Petrichor? Because I would imagine they're actually probably more.
They reported.
Okay, yeah, but so more often they're out doing your work. Gotcha.
Yes, she's taking the sort of long-term approach for once in her life.
Sure, delegating some tasks. I like it. Yeah. And then, the 3 of you are going like, okay, we're doing all this stuff. And everybody looks over at Helena. Helena's like, no, I got an idea. So
like, whether you happen to have that rock still?
Correct. Yep. Yes. After, and this is a throwback to like, I was going to say weeks ago, months ago, both in game and in real life, the confirmation that Trigander, one of these serpents, who had basically run a bunch of Ike's cattle through Native American village and then off a cliff. And it's like, what are you trying to do? Well, they got a bad read on the situation in Purgatory Bluff and assumed that Ike or other more prominent leadership were some of the mages, and they're like, haha, we're in your town messing with your stuff. Oh, this isn't your stuff. Oh, okay. But you got that out of, you didn't really beat up so much as put a bunch of force on a guy.
Yep.
Squeezed him like toothpaste, except nothing came out. He actually survived the encounter. But did get a glimpse of Trigander. And the face that you got was a familiar face, specifically to Legba and Isabel, Petrichor, because they had found her a decade ago. But that's a face you do not forget, because in Isabel's face, she woke up to find this woman in her room, and was chased out with a hunting spirit, a panther or some form of mountain lion cat. Yeah. And
so mountain lion made of wheat spirits, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So cool. Cool.
And
then we just walked. It was great. We didn't know what we're doing. We're just like, nah, can't get away with this.
I'm sure this is fine. And stepped through and more or less was arrested. You guys didn't have a lot of it was more of a discussion. You guys didn't go in, guns blazing.
Well, we did.
Did you guys shoot people?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. This is what happened. We followed her. She did not see us. Legba put her in an arm lock, and Petrichor was holding a gun to her face. She was totally surprised. Yes. She was not expecting these young mages to do that. Right. And then all of a sudden the seers were there.
Enough to do something like that.
Exactly. and then there was other people there, and they were like, you just got to leave. And then Petrichor and or Isabel and Cloak at the time, right? Because they don't think we had our shadow names yet. But they were like, okay, fine, we'll begrudgingly leave, right? But we didn't know. We didn't know what her gnosis was. We were just like, this lady stepped. She crossed. She fucked around. She wasn't supposed to do that.
Yep. That's right. I feel like
Archmage at the time.
Yes.
Sick.
And this is where we get into talking about the Pax Arcana. Nice segue. Archmasters don't get to throw around Imperial magic freely when it affects other Archmasters and their purviews and the stuff that they're working on. So there's this very careful, who is this going to affect stuff? So buffing Purgatory Bluff to be happy, not a problem. Cool. Shadow dress, cool, no problem. Creating 4 empowered spirit familiars, cool. doing the double bird fuck you to a bunch of seers in all of London, kind of breaking the Pax Arcana. But
doing it. We're doing it.
The fuck the fascists.
I mean, they're building something.
Correct.
They already started it.
That is where we pick up.
Yeah, they already started it.
They cast Imperial magics in our town.
Mm-hmm.
They already did it.
Yep.
Okay, they already did it. We learned about the Pax Arcanum after we seeked the threshold and found that they had already broken it.
Y'all haven't even found out about it.
No, we didn't know about it.
We're going to get into that.
I mean, Helena would know about it.
Oh, yeah, we don't even know. Yeah, that's right.
True. Helena
Helena
might
might.
Heard about it. Yeah.
Oh, yes, this is good.
But Helena
this
doesn't
is real
care.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yes, using the brick that you guys had taken from the first time y'all visited, and I
the
died
first
laughing
co-location back
because I was like, that's actually going to be really useful.
Yes, exactly.
You return to that same warehouse.
Yeah.
And find it.
There's an alley behind it.
Correct.
That's where we co-located out of an alley behind it.
Yep. And the brick that you took from the warehouse, whether or not it was a rock, we're just retconning because it was definitely a brick.
It was brick.
Because the warehouse is in a quarantine of a magical type, i.e., it is kind of cut off from everything else. And
shortcut.
Yep. And you guys just appeared within a warehouse that it has some familiar vibes. But where Jeremiah and that plantation was oriented towards just absolute depression and sadness and melancholy and just the most beat down emotions that you can imagine. This place is not as bad, but is also kind of the same. The entire warehouse feels like toil and work and productivity. The entire place is it's not a factory. It doesn't have machinery, but you have men and women loading and moving boxes, heavy boxes, crates, we'll say, because they're not cardboard. And they are clearly heavy. They're clearly requiring attention, because you do not want one of these massive heavy things to fall on anybody or fall and break, because it's just some wood planks. That's all that's, and I will go ahead and give the Master Mages, who now is still just Theodosia.
Yep. There are 2 space mages now.
Yeah, we have 2 space mages.
2 space mages, 2 force mages, 2 spirit mages.
And still, how do 4 arc masters only have 4 dots of matter between them?
I mean, how are we doing with fate and time?
Right.
It's also the ephemeral is what matters the most. That's what we're saying.
Yep.
I got time.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, yeah.
Yep.
One.
Fate 1. Yep.
It's so good.
It's okay. That's why you guys have Catherine.
One dot of time between them.
4 archmages. Hey, we need you to do some fate magic for us.
Yeah, she coming with? We're bringing her with, right? Catherine's coming with?
Catherine does not. No, Catherine is very happy to play the Acanthus, sitting back, watching things. And admittedly, you guys are going up against and going into Trigander's place.
She's trying to grind XP though, right? That's what you do. You get a bunch of higher level other players, right? You bring along somebody, she's trying to level a character quick, right? Quick leveling.
You give her all that knowledge as if she'd been there after the fact.
Oh, that's a good point. Oh yeah, actually.
Without
now
putting her life,
prime mind spell. That's a really good point, actually.
My wife
channeling arcane beats. That's a good point. Yeah.
That
Mhm.
might
Yeah,
that
that's
might
good.
be okay. Anyways, yes. So Theodosia, just looking at this stuff, the crates are made of flimsy wood, and the interior is just lead. And then after a moment, you realize, oh no, Apiron. It's
Ooh.
just big lumps of perfected lead. Just
Whoa.
heavy mass that is just being moved around from place to place. And the people, I imagine that y'all arrive in some various level of veiling, are completely unaware of you, and you can just watch as they move this stuff around, and it doesn't go anywhere. You pick up the crate here, you move it here, you slide it across a whole bunch of rollers. Okay, now take it up this lift that is man-powered, and then it moves here. Da, 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 da. It is the worst Rube Goldberg machine. And they're just moving crates of the heaviest stuff, and all of it is, this is Victorian era. We don't have machinery for this. It's all man-powered. Well, okay, yeah, we do have some machinery, but we don't have a forklift. And yeah, it is literally just moving stuff. And like the worst part, the part that stings, is these people seem happy to be doing the work. The warehouse itself is in a quarantine. With space magic, is very easy to identify the key, which none of you have, which is being the residence of productivity. That is the only thing. That. Yeah, that is the only thing that is allowed in and out of here naturally. So if one were on the outside, there's no getting in and out of this. There's just ley lines of productivity that flow through and into this place.
Okay, but this isn't productivity.
Yeah, it's
if
labor.
You think about it,
it's
you
work.
Think about it from a sort of raw physics standpoint, work is being done.
Correct.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
The twisted platonic ideal of productivity.
Yep. Things are being moved.
To paraphrase Scotty, like they're going nowhere. Spending a lot of effort to go nowhere.
So,
yeah.
And I'm absolutely glad you brought that up, because occasionally, assuming that you all are watching this long enough, and I imagine you are, because nothing has been detected, and I imagine Helena is sitting here with this like orb of energy that she's like, I'm gonna break this shit, but let's see what's happening first. Occasionally, one of the crates disappears.
Oh.
And then there's less. And then a little while later, a new crate appears loaded with Apiron. And these people are just in stations, more or less. I think Chris has already figured out what is happening. Very similar to what has happened with Jeremiah. Now, where that crate has gone, you don't know, but you could probably find out. So, having set the scene, yes, it is basically full of laborers. We're talking like a big warehouse, probably say 4 dozen workers, with the occasional supervisor. From your view here, and the fact that you have somebody with 6 dots of prime. Actually, you guys have multiple people with 5 dots of prime. They are not even sleepwalkers. They're
all unfettered souls.
Oh yes, yeah. Like these people appear to be happy to be working here. There does not appear to be any spells on them.
Like, but do they have like families and connections outside of this place?
I'm reluctant to cast a spell to determine that.
Just
but
with
from what I can tell with my mage sight, they seem to be ordinary.
Yep. Yeah. I would give you. Yeah, I would give you with the mage sight that like there isn't a spell that is cut off connections. And with life, these people appear to be normally healthy. What you would expect for laborers in this era, and they don't have any spells on them. Very similar, Jeremiah did not have any spells on him either up until his memory was tweaked. So if you want to think of it, this is extra virgin olive oil, but of residents of useless labor.
Jeez. It's possible they're given a good wage, so they actually want to be here compared to other places, right?
Yep, they are.
It's possible they don't even know what's going on. They're just
with
people just doing it.
It's garbage work, but if they're getting paid decently, then
yeah, exactly.
Job security.
Yep.
You got families to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, jobs done is entirely correct.
That's hilarious. They are peons.
they are literally
probably safer than working in a lot of the factories.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, jeez. Yeah,
like,
there's no smoke in here.
There is a danger. I heard the question, but yes, there is a danger of harm, like one of these crates falling on you or something like that. So there is a lot of attention to the work they are doing. It is very probably compared to every other factory in there except for maybe Theodosia's. This is like very safety oriented, take care of everybody. They're getting paid a okay wage for heavy physical labor. And simple. Correct. And yes, to Chris, your question, unlike the plantation, which seemed devoid of outside spirits or anything like that, you do have spirits of, we'll say, sweat, of you know, every now and then you just want to kick yourself for decisions that you made as a DM ages ago, being like, yeah, we're going to split this stuff up. Such a terrible idea. But yes, it is very much spirits and Goche of work, like, and the things that you would
wait, there are goetic entities present here in Twilight?
Actually, yes.
I can see them with my active mage sight.
Correct.
So.
Yes, you would actually see goetic entities of
wow.
Job well done.
Oh.
Yeah. Like they have been planted here. Yeah. Yeah. So
they're using their influence. There we go. No spells cast. But there's, go ahead, Greg.
The disappearing crate has got Theo thinking that maybe this appearing is storing essence or something. Is there a way to get access to a crate that's not going to interfere with the work being done? Temporarily, just have a peek inside?
I mean, you can walk along with it. Go ahead, Chris.
I had an idea about this, which is that I just point at the nearest spirit and tell it to get over here.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. With you are a rank 6 spirit. That spirit.
What's in the boxes?
Lead.
Why?
Don't know. The humans keep moving it around. Actually, you know, I'm going to go so far just to make this a little easier. You grab a spirit of lead, right? This big lumping, rolling mass. And it comes over and it's like, I don't know. They just drag me around.
Just picturing a fishing weight.
That's a shame. And then I'll break it in half.
Ooh,
The spirit or the... Okay.
This is like
Eat
a
'em.
Captain Mouse scene beside the engine. Okay, now the next one. Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
We good. I understand.
Any ideas what's going on here?
Nope. I will go ahead and tell you that you go through basically the you know, rank 1 little spirits that are tagging along with each of these massive lead weights. They do not know. And like a cursory glance, even a detailed
She knows
glance.
they'll reform here. So.
Right. Or near something else, yeah. But all of these, because I like this idea with the spirits, they just seem to be coming along and they're new. Like this much lead in one place and it being a Puron, they're like, oh, yep, I'm gonna hang out here and I'm just gonna like going from rank 0 to rank 1 when this thing is formed. Excuse me, when this thing is formed, and they're just tagging along and they're like, I just got here. I don't know. And like the next one, like finally is like, hey, I just got here. And like, I don't know anything other than I am led.
I don't know what. Can you see essence in your mage site?
Yeah.
You have to do a spell knowing spell for that.
No, essence shows up. Or something of essence. You kind of like the way you could see mana or TAS.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Have a good day.
it runs off to catch up to its crate of lead. This is clearly like the start of the process.
Mm-hmm.
Like thinks within and says, Baba Sarah. Actually, we haven't established, is she still being called Baba Sarah?
Did we talk about that, Drew?
She's not looking like a crone at all anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think so, but I don't know that she would have come up with another one by now.
I mean, over that length of time and being an
you've had a
Archmaster
month or so.
and having Prime, right? You could switch it with Synchy and Merit, so it wouldn't.
Craig says
wouldn't be
that her
challenging
name
to
is
do
now
it.
Elvira.
Yes, Queen of the Dog.
Alternatively, I will also accept Morticia Adams.
Yeah, we'll use Morticia as a placeholder. How's that sound?
That sounds fine with me.
It is a good death name, Morticia.
Mm-hmm. This is great.
But yes.
So Legba says, Morticia, you wish to know where it is going. What do you wish to see within the crates?
I think the lead is being used as a battery, and I'm wondering what they're collecting for.
You wish to confirm that the lead somehow is collecting that.
Mm-hmm. We know that they built a wheel of suffering. What is this wheel that they're making here, this gear?
I think.
Or is it just the essence of work being done to power the machine, maybe?
I think Petrichor looks over at Max and it's just like, how much do you need to know before your spell is ready to go?
I'm ready to put an end to this right now. If you all are done.
Legba says, I have an idea.
But,
And Legba tries to cast an improvised spell.
wait,
Yeah, go ahead.
let's grab if we can, grab a nugget of a Purin from one of the crates.
Oh, no.
until it's done.
Not talking about nugget. We are talking a solid block.
I know, but we can take a piece out of it because it's also very soft to Purin.
Mm-hmm. Can manipulate
It is
with your hands,
moldable,
like modeling
yeah.
clay.
I'm with
Yeah, you can just
yeah.
reach in and grab a bit, and then when it vanishes, we can follow it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a good idea.
Look at this guy acting like he knows space magic. It's like he's played a Mastigos before. Good.
I think
Yeah.
Legba has never missed an opportunity to educate us about anything.
Actually, no, that's
Yeah,
true.
that's a good idea. If
You
you want
never
to.
have played a Mastigos. I was thinking of Vicar, but Vicar was an Obrimos. Yeah, never mind.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
And-
if you
and
want
yeah,
to
that
grab
was
a
gonna be-
chunk of that.
Perfect. That was going to be the second thing he did. The first thing he did was going to be able to go right ahead, Craig.
And just wait until the crate vanishes before we
Mhm.
unravel everything here.
And Legba was going to cast an improvised spell in his own mind, so that it would not be cast within the space and be detectable by anybody who has peripheral mage sight. And it is going to be something he's never cast before that he's going to try and do because he's an archmaster and he knows he doesn't have fate or time. Okay. He's going to cast an improvised spell to try and cast some kind of like powered up version of what perfect recall would be. So perfect recall is you can take a memory out of something you would have perceived, a memory you would have ostensibly formed if you had been able to pay attention clearly enough and encode that memory.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to try and cast a spell here to try and put a placeholder in his mind for the knowledge he would have gotten if he had aided himself in an arcane way to figure out what's going on so that he can review it later. Some kind of version of camera obscura, right? Like, capture the mystery, whatever it is. But he's thinking of it from the perspective of a Mastigos and a Mastigos archmaster at this point.
Dynamics knowing spell.
Yes, and he can't, he doesn't have quintessence, so it wouldn't be strictly a spell in Archmastery. It wouldn't be an imperial spell, but he's thinking now that he understands the mind arcanum with the abilities of an Archmaster, it must be possible to create the knowledge in his mind or something like that.
I like you doing this specifically with mind, space, and prime. And
Great,
the idea
perfect,
of
awesome.
Somebody was here and had the time to look at the knowledge. No arcane XP, but the ability to look at and just a big info dump of everything that's in front of me that I can perceive with my mind. And just I'm going to
put it in there.
I'm just going to shove it in the back and I'm going to look at it later. I like that.
Yes, exactly. All right, awesome, cool. Then he'll do that.
Okay. So,
and then that's a placeholder for narrative revelation you want to share later, and if he's reviewing it with the coven as well. So
I dig it. So to recap, we grab a lump of lead, wait for that particular crate to disappear, and then Helena drops the spirit bomb on the residents here.
Yeah, and what she's got, like the physical bit of the quintessence she has, it's like a bottle of an anointing oil.
Oh, yeah.
I am purifying this space. So I'm just going to kind of literally just like smash it on the floor. Turn off your ley lines.
I like it. Yeah. Yeah, and again,
it's not physically doing
you're not turning them off.
Place.
You're literally souring them, right?
Correct. Yep.
I'm
you can still have these ley lines, they're going to put out shit for you.
Yeah,
instead of the fresh clean water you're getting, it's raw sewage. Here you go.
They cannot be turned to profane uses.
Yeah.
If you wanted to use these ley lines to like do something good and helpful that isn't furthering the goals of the Exarchs, it would work.
Yep.
But
anti-tyrannical use. Yes. I like it. Cool. Last chance for any other little. Oh, I want to do this. Love it.
Take a Goche. No, the knowledge.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
knowledge
I was
that
gonna
we've
say-
gotten from talking to the Goche, it's already there.
And I will go ahead and tell you, the Goche are just about as dumb as the spirits. They were popped into existence for this purpose and don't know anything else. So we can go ahead and say you can talk to one and get that same information. It is just as frustrating as it was for Petrichor. So you guys grab a lump from one of the crates. It causes a little bit of a commotion as the crate is being moved, and you guys reach it. And also they are not open at they're not closed at the top. So if these were to tilt, they would also dump their cargo. Like these are like OSHA would have a hissy fit. None of this stuff is very secure. None of this is capable. It's forcing extreme caution on these people, and they're happy to do it because compared to working in a factory, right? So yes, you guys grab hold of the lump. I will go ahead and say that it's probably Legba because Legba's the one to. Well, no, actually, you know what? It's probably Helena. Helena walks over. This is coming with me. And waiting,
spike it into the floor.
Waiting for that grenade. Yeah. So, the probably most irritating part of this is the 2 hours that you wait while this thing is cycling. It does multiple laps through this warehouse before suddenly it is gone, and there's probably the telepathic, communicative sigh of relief, and Helena slams this thing down, and nobody notices anything. Nobody reacts. But there is, especially for those of you who have Prime, which is everybody except Isabel, can see. Well, actually, Isabel would probably be able to see it with Spirit. Probably it's a different vibe because Prime is seeing the actual ley lines, whereas in Resonance, whereas Spirit is picking up more of the resonance of the space. But yeah, the ley lines don't disappear. They just get this kind of shimmer to them. And especially because these ley lines are not reaching here and creating a node, right? They're passing through. And so in this segment here in this warehouse, because it is quarantine, it just doesn't even escape out to London. And just everything, this particular warehouse just got the absolute fuck you of a lifetime. And as there are literally no that you can see, and you also win clashes against normal mages, there are no supernal watchers. And so admittedly, there's a little bit of a, that's a bit of a letdown. There's no reaction, no response to this other than it has been turned off. And then I imagine the 4 of you, there's only 4 of you, decide that follow the lead. Okay.
Yep. You sure there's only 4 of us?
Yes, there are only 4 of you. I've been mentally adding Catherine in, but now I have to mentally subtract her. The 4
she's
of you,
she's in the telepathy as well, so.
No, because that is based off distance to you, based off your attainment.
Oh, that's right. It is. You're right.
Yep.
Yeah. That's right. Yep. Has to be connected to me.
Same reason why everybody knows when Legba has left town, because people have a hard time talking to one another.
That's right. Yes, precisely. Yeah, right. Yes. Thank you.
But the 4 of you, disappear and follow the lead. And welcome to the inside. This place is loud. Big ka-chunk, 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 multiplied by like 1,000,000. You are
inside a wristwatch.
You are inside the where Jeremiah was. You are in a plain of gears and clockwork. You are, as we have meta knowledge of, and already kind of name dropped in game, you are inside the God Machine. So you find yourselves standing on an enormous gear. It is larger floor plan wise, larger than the excuse me, than the warehouse you were just standing in. You are standing adjacent to a pyramid of lead blocks. Beside you is a very confused, say mid-50s white man in a business suit, who just reeks of middle manager mage. And I'm going to give you guys a paint the picture before we jump on this mage. The blocks of lead are being stacked, probably by this guy, into this nice little pyramid of storage. And on the far end of them are, we'll say, a nice round 9 men and women working, making gears out of the lead.
And not gears.
A variety of sizes, actually. Now that you have brought it up, some of them are quite small and intricate, and others are enormous. And they are pushing and pulling and physically manipulating the lead, which is something we did not see with Jeremiah, or rather, I guess you all kind of experienced him working on it, but in a fugue state. So,
how big is this space precisely?
Yes.
I'm guessing we can't see the elemental boundary.
I would because Mr. Outward Eye, you do not see
And
the outer boundaries.
Cool.
Right.
My perception can reach the outer boundaries, but what is the distance to the farthest point it can perceive via mage sight?
Actually, thank you. So with the twisty, turny nature of this space, because I have had this mental picture in my head, and I realize I've probably not been very good. It is like an MC Escher painting in terms of all the walls and levels. It's not necessarily got the same wacky doors going to wrong places, but it is a kaleidoscope of gears and stuff like that. But like the farthest section that you can see, it's a couple miles out.
There's more than 3 dimensions in this space.
Well, we won't get that Escher. But yes, it is definitely like, here's this wall of gears that is intricate, and then this whole mass of gears, it's interacting and clunking with another gear. Yeah. Gravity is definitely.
Lake was trying to determine what the max were. Let's see. How much of the space can be contained within the max area of spell he can cast?
What I wouldn't give for some artisanal decay quintessence.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. And you definitely, and this one is definitely for Legba, you get the idea that like an archmage could manage a spell to affect all of this, but it would be a really big wind up.
Cool.
There is a definite sense of this place can't be infinite, right?
Yes.
I mean, it could.
Correct. And that would be like the part where you're like, wait, hang on. Because like,
I mean,
like Bo was saying, it can seem
like a
infinite.
dynamic spell could create
in a pocket dimension.
A pocket dimension that expands as necessary. It's effectively infinite then.
Correct. But
or that you'll never reach the edge of.
Correct. Yeah. You have that definite sense of this place was built to continue to grow as much as it needs.
Paper says, Morticia, it seems to me that any matter mage can create some kind of contagious problem for machinery.
I was already thinking along those lines. Do we want to tip our hand now?
No. And then, until that would say, there's this fellow we need to deal with first.
Oh,
there's a gun pointed at him.
Oh, sure. He can't see you. I realize.
Oh, that's right. Sorry,
I thought you would just sleep him.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. But yeah, I did say he was confused, but I realized afterwards you guys are probably still invisible in some form or fashion.
Incognito presence, probably.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be, though. Right.
Correct.
It could be whatever people want it to be.
Mundanely invisible is probably enough for your initial start, but yeah, that's fair. But yeah, so you guys have
right up behind him.
Oh yeah, I figured the two thinkers are going to go talk and discuss this problem. Max and Petrichor are going to assess the threats. This guy is very much unaware, and now that I've been reminded myself that you guys are, at least for the moment, invisible. You can see he is using telekinesis, using forces to move these things as if they didn't weigh anything. On that far end, the folks who are making the gears are definitely doing everything manually with their hands.
With matter and death sight, because death isn't just a biological thing. Mechanical things can die.
Yeah.
With matter and death, I want to see if I can get just passively with my mage sight where the closest part of this area is in the machinery.
The closest what?
Part. What's the key piece of machinery that keeps this section of the machine functioning? I understand it's much vaster.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Gotcha. I would definitely go ahead and tell you that you're going to need a spell for that. Death will let you see like anchor stuff, and matter lets you see structure and durability. Okay. But like to find something like that, you're going to need to work an actual spell. Right. Definitely in the knowing category, but
that's so I would say to the group, I'm sure I can stop, at least regionally or locally, whatever this is doing, but it's going to tip our hand that we're here.
That's fine. I'm about to do that anyways.
Like what says, if you'd like, you can cast from within my mind.
Can I do a knowing spell on the machinery from within Legba's mind?
No, because it's going to leave. The reason Legba was able to do what he did is because he literally that was his mind and on his thoughts, and more of a effect on himself and his perceptions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and I could theoretically do it in my Golden Road, cast the knowing spell on me. But once I step back into the world to have a look at it, it's going to be perceptible to other folks, right?
Correct. Yeah, because it will be an active spell.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Fair enough.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Because this knowing spell its target isn't you, even though you're knowing.
Well, even if it wasn't me,
has
still has
matter,
to interact with the world around me in a Schrodinger's cat kind of way, right?
Yeah. Go ahead, Chris.
Anyway, so I'm right behind this guy with a gun to his temple that he doesn't know about until the second that I press it against his temple, and grab him by the back of the collar of his suit.
Yes.
The workers making the gears, are they volunteers?
We'll see how smart this guy is. Can he process what's happening quickly enough?
Well, it's more me trying to figure out who this person is to figure out how they're reacting. But yes, the immediate reaction is definitely more of a yelp. Low key, more of a I have been grabbed, and that is the cold barrel of a gun. No,
They're not volunteers. Are they here against their will? Answer quickly.
Yes, and there's definitely like a question to that.
Great. I'd like to pull the trigger.
Oh, yes, we're going there.
Yep. The man goes away.
Mother of storms.
Yeah, man goes away.
He gets a bullet and some lightning at the same time, and
Sure.
makes a mess all over the pyramid.
Sure, of course it does. Yes. Yeah. Yep.
It has been besmirched.
The workers below do not seem to react in any way.
Thank you, love.
Did they hear it?
The fact that the sound of the gunshot is echoing through this space, even though like you have the susurrus of gears turning, like the crack of the gunshot compared to, you know, the tick 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 thunk thunk thunk. The crack sound is a little bit more jarring and standout. If they didn't hear it, it's because they have dulled senses in some way.
I'm gonna go interrupt their work.
Okay. Yeah, quick
Physically
little
hauling them off of the gears if I need to.
Okay. So
While
when
that's happening, I'm going to do my knowing spell.
Yeah,
it's like,
cancel my invisibility to do
let's
this
go
for sure.
Yep. Very good. So yes, you walk down and are invisible, at least for the moment.
Cancel it.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Actually, I do like that. I think now everybody is completely capable of handling their own invisibility. Yeah. So I actually like the idea of just y'all like incognito presence, very likely for Legba, invisibility for everybody else. So everybody is, you have the spell slots. Go ahead.
I just realized something. It's also pretty cool that yes, we only have 3 prime mages, but we also only have 3 forces mages. So it's like this is the Obrimos cabal.
Yep.
Like Songbird is here in spirit.
If not in
yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Well, I mean, Helena is an Obrimos, but
yes, I know. But before that, right? There's the cabal itself, right? Like there's spread across. Of course, we have a formal Obrimos, yes, but the fact that there are 3 forces mages, forces adepts, and 3 prime masters, right? Like that's a big deal.
I got you. Okay. So yes, if you're dropping your invisibility, they should see you. Make no reaction. So it is not until you grab one of them. And these people look like they are from all walks of life across all the continents. So like to throw some extremes out there, we have, a Native American in Native American garb. You have, some Middle Eastern, merchant type, Englishman in a business suit. We have a gamut. But it does look like one is missing. Like there should be a 10th. And you grab hold of, flip a coin, take your pick, one of them, and physically draw them back from the gear that they are working on, and then they just come to rest.
Like Modrons.
Life. sights? Anything like wonky there?
Can I look at them with mind?
I was going to say, for those of you with mind, they are just completely dulled down to like very restricted sense. I guess actually that's probably going to show up in life. It's a mind spell, but I think life would show you that their senses are dulled to like they have no preservation instincts is the way it would show up in life. For mind, yeah, they basically only see the gears and they have a picture in their head of the gear that they're working on to some space mage level specificity. They have a perfect image of the gear that they are working on in their head, and then dulled senses for anything else until they're pulled away physically, or there's probably some command in there that you would have to do some focus mage type to try and find in that spell. But yeah,
but they do still have their minds. That's good.
Like Beth says, narcosis.
One more time.
Narcosis.
Oh, narcosis. Yeah, that's yeah. The very drug-addled kind of state. Yeah.
It's a stupor.
Yep.
I bet this is a dynamic spell that changes the image of the gear in their head to fit what's needed. Once they finish a gear, the new one would just get loaded automatically.
So Petrichor is one at a time bringing them back up. It's like a set of stairs of gears or whatever or something.
Yeah, I like that.
Down to where they were working.
Mhm.
Yeah. So back up to like the main platform that everyone else was on while they're working on knowing things. And
Yep.
like here you go.
Yeah, and they are docile enough that like when you pull them, like they just start following you. Like,
great.
Yeah, it is messed up, right? Like it is a very dogs do not respond with this level of like immediate trained obedience. Like there's just like you start pushing, you start pulling, they just follow and just tag along. Their will is very much not their own. But I bet you if you ask them a question, they would say yes. For Theo and your Heart of the Machine, I love that.
There's no overreach. I miscalculated there.
Okay. So you're just wanting to know, I am imagining the linchpin of, I like that. You go ahead.
Open to the idea that there might be like a small cluster of, rather than just a single linchpin.
Right. You are very frustrated as the spell goes off, and you almost feel like, imagine you're touching, the object, right? Mm-hmm. And it just scurries across the, Mandelbrot-esque surface, right? It's like trying to measure the shore. Technically, we can't do it. We can just get an approximation of shoreline because there's all the intricacies, right? Yeah. And it searches out and it goes off, and you feel it going farther and farther, like a radar ping, just going and going and going. It never seems to hit an edge or a surface or anything that would be considered a linchpin. Go ahead.
The imago I had was like, there must be nodes of control in a machine this size. Governing sections. Is there nothing like that? Like I was prepared for there to be multiple options.
Correct. I'm with you. Any control for this does not appear to be inside of it. In modern day, we are very, very comfortable with the idea of things being remotely controlled.
Sure, but even a complex mechanical machine has like a governor gear that sort of keeps time for all the others.
Yeah,
none of that here.
No. I'm gonna lean on the very, very TTRPG classic of a wizard did it. Through this, there does not appear to be a gear that or mechanical piece that controls. Also, meta-wise, this is the god machine. It's not going to have a thing that you can take down. I will flip this just
to clarify, I wasn't looking to disable the whole thing, just cause some chaos in this area.
Right, and that's what I was going to jump to. If you were, say, looking for like points of weakness, we'll say, there are definitely like, here's one, and they kind of stand out as like, well, this one is going to fuck up this little clump here, and like you have just a bunch of, video game wise, a bunch of little blinking red gears. Some are huge, some are small, right? That are just like, well, if you do this one, it's going to cascade and throw off a bunch of these. This one's going to throw off a bunch of these.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Yeah.
And at that point, you are talking about like all over the place, right? But like I said, it is a mass of stuff. So like you could start swinging and you'd be here all day, right? Now that said, you are Archmasters, so there's some amount of, okay, let me just hit 1,000 of these and we'll take a little siesta and we'll head back or something. But yeah, it is the big takeaway, especially from Legba's attempt to see everything, and then your view here is there's a bunch of stuff I could do damage to it and it's going to wreck some stuff, but a lot of it is just going to keep turning. I
was prepared for that.
Right. That's what I figured. And it's one way or another. Either there's absolutely nothing you can do, or you can swing and swing and swing and swing, and you're not going to do any massive damage, right? There's not one that looks like if you took it out, you're going to take out a quarter of the machine. We're playing with infinity here, and so that's the big challenge for y'all.
So they would say, barring Archmage interference, I think I can disable this whole thing, but I'm going to need some kick-ass quintessence to do it. But I can cause regional failures.
We can return.
It's going to get very breaky in here once I do those, so we'll probably want to be ready to get out. So anything we want to do now, let's do it.
Gotcha, Core. Are we taking these people?
You send them home?
Yes.
They're not all from one place.
We will take them first and undo what has been done to them. Then we will send them home.
Sure.
So be it. Once they're all up. Good. Sure, you're going to say.
I was just say anything from Helena?
No, just kind of looking at the people in horror and like, yes, absolutely. I need to undo this. Yep. And then get these people out of here, fix their minds, and send them home. But
okay.
We have the 10th.
Oh, I do want to. We have like, they're completed gears.
You're standing on some.
Around.
Yeah, I want to just mess some of it up. Just the same as what Theo's doing, but less targeted.
Basically, the
correct.
Whole time is
Yep. like legitimately, every surface seems to be moving. It's very disconcerting to look out because there's nothing that's still. Even something. Okay, I'm
it's like motion sickness.
It is very much motion sickness, and fortunately, like you can, if your characters, Archmasters, are actually motion sick, it's like I didn't know this was a thing I was going to have to fix when I created my new body. But yes, like there's even like far off distance stuff, and then all of a sudden a chunk of it moves as you realize that it's part of another gear. Yeah, it is 100%. Like Legba called it, meta-wise, we know it is the God Machine. This is just like, there is so much in here, and it is all doing stuff. And the one last thing I'll say before you guys teleport out of here is now that you are here and seeing it with your unfettered mage sight and not using Jeremiah's experience, you can see strings and connections along Prime and Spirit and Space that these gears turn and twist and all have different flavors of resonance, which we're going to get to here in a minute when we go talk about our 9 friends here. And then a gear turns or a series of gears turn, and then something flashes and a thing happens somewhere else. So while looking at it is just this absolute mass of gears. Actually, to flip it over to Legba, but specifically Mastigos, where they say people as a mass of imps and stuff moving and creating the semblance of a person. That's kind of the same thing. Who do we have there? What was that?
Oh, I have these little pebbles. There were a couple of them in a little tray on the floor near my desk. And then Layla reached down and grabbed something and then started eating.
Oh,
and then I looked over and was like, what is that? What do you have? I think she ate one. I mean, it's fine. But yeah, I think she's mad and angry, and she saw the small, it's shaped like a dog food, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably not tasty. Oh, Lord.
I mean, right.
She's not thinking about taste.
No. And I'm just now realizing that Craig already said that shall pass. So yes, you guys have your moment of stepping in, realizing you're inside the machine. There are no controls that you can manipulate from here. There's damage you could do, but it's going to be small potatoes unless you have something. I love the idea of dynamics that can continue. Unless there's nothing else, you guys teleport out to Purgatory Bluff.
First, Legba's going to attempt. There's going to be some creation of havoc. Legba is going to attempt what he had, thought about before, and I had brought up to you, Drew, for situations like this where he needs to be not pursued. So this is going to be a set of jumps.
Yep.
Okay. And he's going to be severing connections along the way so that they can't be tracked.
Yeah, I like the idea of you create a pocket dimension. Everybody teleports there.
Yep. Cut
off that connection. Teleport out. Destroy the pocket dimension. Now you have a gap in the map. Yeah. So somebody can find this and it teleported to a place that doesn't exist. And that'll send, some mages into a little bit of a tizzy. Yes.
And when he does this, before he does this, he's going to use Nimbus tuning. Because it's now to raise the middle fingers. And the people who seem to do this are the serpents. All the Nimbuses that we have seen before, was not going to cast with his own Nimbus. He's going to veil his Nimbus. And he's going to tune it. So it's one of the serpents.
Okay. Do you have a particular
they're
one?
They're going to know. I'm trying to remember.
Sure. Give me 1 second here. So there's.
Oh, you know what? Go ahead. Go right ahead. Continue.
Okay. I was going to say there was one that had the intense sensations of deja vu, repeating, blurring, etc. There's one that has gripping terror, paranoia, grabbing sensations at your limbs. There's one that is a crushing feeling, fresh turned dirt in your mouth and nose. There is our good, and this is the one that who it ties to, well, one of the two, feelings of awe and the grandiose, which is Sir Lucan, and then tree breaking material, splitting stone, growth untapped, fear of things in the dark, which you also know is Trigander.
It's Trigander. Gotta be Trigander.
Okay. Yep. So it appears that Trigander teleported out of here. I like that.
She was the first to cause a problem. Yeah, this is going to be her problem.
I dig it. And so you guys make your way.
Just real quick. Of course, Legba would then try and put them in some kind of sleep so that when they're teleported, they're not experiencing it and all that kind of stuff. So
I dig it.
I'm happy to roll for that, but I would figure it's okay if you want to just hand wave the notion of him applying some things to make sure that their minds aren't broken for the teleportation.
Yep. You're pretty sure they're not even remembering most of this, but yeah, just in case, dull their senses completely, and they're now
Put them asleep.
yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. In Purgatory Bluff, in my head, in the caverns, because I don't think you would want to take them into the Hallow. And yeah, you have a moment to look at your collection of sleeping babes. They are, as I said, running a gamut of lifestyles. And the one thing I will go ahead and give you is the cursory glance that Petrichor would have given to the gears. Each of those gears had a different flavor. So where Jeremiah had been working on stuff of just absolute depression and things are not going to get better, one of them was working on the gears that on the Epiron that you guys had seen, of basically constant need for productivity is the way I'll put it. One of them was working on stuff of just bliss and joy, not quite to the level of like opium den vibes, but yeah, it was definitely just actually we'll label it as hedonism. For some of you, I think you would probably, not all of them, but there's definitely some Seven Deadly Sins vibes here, like these big things that would detract and distract from the supernal. They also kind of tie in with the exarchs, the 10 big ones, right? And their various ways of pushing and enforcing the lie.
I'm guessing no virtues here.
No. Well, I mean, depends. Any of these things could be a virtue. I'm a hardworking person. That's a virtue.
Right. But none of the cardinal virtues are represented.
No. Everything here, and again, this is that whole idea that any good thing taken to an extreme is it could be bad, right? So yes, the classic, courageous or making art that would be a virtuous good thing. But when it becomes I'm doing it for a paycheck, or I'm doing it for popularity, that's the vibe. And now you all kind of get having that flavor and seeing now your 9 pieces here. It is not that heartache, as you guys called it, as the Time Dog called it, but it is more than just sadness. It is anything that would end up distracting and keeping you from looking upward. Helena, you're like, this is some Silver Ladder shit, right? This is what the Silver Ladder keeps talking about. This is detracts and distracts from elevating and awakening. And so, in
the Christian sense, it's pure sin, that which keeps you from God.
Yep. Yeah, that would actually probably be Helena and Isabel's takes potentially.
Yep.
It is all of that being shoved together into this machine in this kaleidoscopic rainbow of bullshit.
Yep.
Jeez.
You need to smash it.
And speaking of which, really quickly, Drew, would it have been okay? I didn't want to interrupt the narrative. Would it have been okay for Legba to have taken a piece of a gear or something in the same way that we took some Aperon to get to the God Machine, so that we could get back into it again? Or would the Aperon just satisfy?
The Aperon will satisfy for now. If they realize what is happening, then that Aperon might be no good. You also have a sense that if you take something from one of these gears, it might be noted, because they're going to come in with a fine-tooth comb.
Yeah, they'll
Right.
enough.
So it might be something that like you have the Aperon for now, and you're going to have to find another workplace in the future to find another way in.
Okay, sure. That's fine for the story too. It's more interesting if we had to search around for another entry. So let's leave it at that. I like that.
Yeah. And on the flip side, this is a specific place in this huge god machine that you would have a connection to and that you would teleport to. You can bet that there will be people waiting for you or wards, such. So
yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I wanted to say there was something that Isabel wanted to do before we left, which is I think so between her forces and life, she has the potential to do to know a lot about what's going on with like blood and stuff like that, and like microscopic life, right?
Oh yeah, okay.
So she's going to make that's too complicated. She's going to make a spirit of blood to leave on the mess that she's left behind.
Ooh.
Okay.
Just to deliver a message when whoever comes here. So she'll make a rank 2 spirit. And it'll be given instructions to deliver a message and fire off a blast as strong as it can.
And then you relinquish the spell and be like, all right, I'm just going to leave that there. Yep. Yeah.
And the message is it's just going to be we hesitate to call you sister, though we share the same path.
Ooh, yeah.
But we shall not share it for much longer.
About to show up and kick her off that path. I like it. Or at least
you said it's only 7 dots to alter mage template. You need the dots in the path.
Technically, yes, sort of, yeah. There's some other details in there, but yes.
Look, I'm not even going to kill you. You're just no longer a Theosis. You just can't do it anymore.
Oh, man. I'm going to have to reread that section before y'all get to 7 dots.
You're Moros now. Spirits inferior. You just can't do it.
One paths to mages.
Yes, exactly.
You can keep the inferior arcana, though.
Yep.
Take your ruling arcana. You can be left with the inferior. Okay, I dig that. So, yes. You leave behind a little message friend, and arrive in the mines. I've been thinking of them as caverns and sacred caverns because they're not really
just call them sacred caverns now. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that's perfect.
They're not mines anymore.
Yeah, because
you're right.
The other mine is still active in a desperate attempt to try and still find some silver, but it is just absolute like trace stuff. It is dying and it's just kind of limping along because you have folks who are desperate to keep it working.
Resisting the transition.
Yep.
Yeah. You're right. These are the caverns of Neakis now.
Yep. These ones are. Yeah. And you have, like I said, 9 sleeping babes. Now that you have, well, you had a moment before, but now you're not in a threatening location. They match different walks of life. They also clearly have, I would say that they represent archetypes, right? So you have a merchant, you have a highfalutin, hedonistic, nobility. You've got a soldier, very honor bound, or even warrior, depending on how you want to look at it. And I'm not going to describe these people because then I'm really going to walk down the pipeline of stereotypes. But yes, go ahead.
Are you not interested? Like, we don't need to roll. Did I do my spell? Did I do some unraveling before we left?
Oh, yes. Sorry, I apologize.
Okay. No, that's fine. If we're just going to smooth it over and do it narratively, I'm totally cool with that. Just want to check.
Yeah. You do not need to roll for that. At the end of the day, that is a narrative fuck you, but isn't going to do any blasting damage. But I like the idea that it's like, we're going to take these 9 people that were working for you. We're going to leave angry little blood spirit that also says fuck you. And then we're going to wreck a section of this machine. Mostly out of spite, because we know it's not going to be a big hurt, but just to be like, we can.
Any little problem.
Right. Yeah. I will go
just to underline that fuck you. I'm doing like a combined death forces matter prime, increase the friction, make the truth that this thing is unraveling, decaying with death.
That's good.
And, I like it. So it is. I'm going to jump in and say it is not a conjunctional spell. It is a combined spell of several different effects of fuck you. I like that. Crank that reach up to campus, because you can't go beyond that without getting some quintessence. No,
it's arcane XP.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to look over that. Yeah, well, that's you are right. Yeah, casting with the Imperial. What do they call it? Spell factors. Thank you. Yeah. Dang, I might have to actually start giving you guys arcane XP. I'll have to start giving you XP. We'll have to figure something out.
It's like Cypher System. We can spend our XP for short-term gains.
Yep. But yeah, I like just basically painting everything in sight with, various damage. That it's going to be a thing that can be undone, but it's going to take them time, it's going to take them effort, and it's also hey, we were here. Like, there's a corpse, there's a spirit left behind, like there is the nimbus of one of your members leaving the area to nowhere. Like, the only person who didn't leave a mark is Helena, and that's fine. She wrecked your warehouse with imperial magic. And absolute, like, especially because it has been months since you guys have had any real interaction with the serpents. You met up with Isabel's dad, who is an agent of the serpents, but isn't like one of them or something like that. But that was, there's a familial thing, but, Well, no, I take that back. You did have
the interaction with Sir Lucan.
Yep, that's true. So that would have been the last time and that again was months ago. It would have been Sir Lucan kicking the Catholic entourage out and being like, hey, we took your spell. Well, rather, we took your entity.
And we also unmade your assistant.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, didn't unmake him, just unseared him.
Just killed him.
I think it's what Craig. Yes, exactly. I think that's what Craig means, right? Like, the servant's unmade. We didn't unmake the person. We just unmade the servant.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah. No, and
Apollyon's gone.
Right. Apollyon versus Sister.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Who she dead versus him, who is no longer a seer.
One last question. The gears aren't self-healing or anything?
You sit and watch, and it does
just
not
like the moment before things start crashing down around us.
Yeah, like it definitely looks like, well, I will say this. You cast that spell and you start doing damage, and stuff doesn't quite come crashing down so much as stuff stops and gets stuck. there's probably some gears, especially like smaller ones, that fall, but you're not getting like the whole avalanche of gears kind of effect. It definitely looks like, yeah, I'm gonna have to come back with some quintessence and a spell, capital S, to do some long-term damage. That said, all four of you are very confident. Yeah, if I get some quintessence here, I could not necessarily shut it down, but do lasting damage, do enough of it, and it may actually manage to shut down. But we're still missing the big pieces, like who's running it. Somebody could build it again. Where is the controls for this? Where does that entity get plugged in? Because that's, again, them controls, right? Cool. So yeah, with our last couple minutes, what do we want to do with our friends here?
Mm-hmm. Well, we'd awaken them. But
lowercase?
I think
lowercase, yes.
Yeah, yes, right. Apocalypse. It is time for you to see the truth.
You've had yourself dulled too long.
Yeah, you've been in
That's
the dark for too long. Now you will see.
Now you will see the sun.
Come out
Yeah,
of the
no.
cave, brother.
But I want to try
With
to
a time spell.
kind of
Yes, exactly,
sort of
Chris.
gently work on repairing their minds.
Okay. Yeah, with multiple folks with Prime, removing the spells that are on them is fine. You do come across the issue of they have memories of being within this place. You know that I almost said quintessence. Quiescence will eventually scar over these memories and fix them. They'll probably have, that was a weird dream, that opium den visit was really terrible, whatever. They will eventually scar over those memories. Alternatively, you can fix them.
That's what, so first, like in this area, like he was going to set up a ban. The first time he saved people, he made that mistake, and he's been since then, like when we bring in people through the portals and the Underground Railroad, he's been protecting so that people aren't teleported away. Like he remembers what happened with the 5 that we saved, right? So just saying for the sake of clarity, there is a space ward in the area where they are. Legba also would like to cast an improvised spell of Mind and Prime to accelerate quintessence for those quiescence for those 9 individuals.
Yeah, okay.
Specifically with respect to their experiences in the God Machine. So whatever natural justifications they would come up with, which helps their mind heal, he just makes it happen a little more quickly.
Okay, yeah, I like that. I was going to say that's kind of abyssal, but no, it's not really. It's it's the mind trying to protect itself. Okay, I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Because he's not controlling what the outcome is. Because it happens more quickly, whatever that outcome is going to be.
The mind equivalent of knit. Or no,
yes, exactly.
It's not knit, it's body control. But yes.
Yeah, good. That's a good way to think about it. Yeah, it could be a ruling spell, indeed. Just want to offer that, and everybody else can continue to contribute.
Yeah, if there's nothing else, they are going to slowly wake.
Okay, then here's another idea that the Legba would propose to the others. If anyone didn't want to have something specific they wanted to jump in on, he would propose to the others. So Legba would say, "I feel that there's only one other person in this world who knows what it has been like for them.
That's a good idea.
Jeremiah has said he has wanted to help others. He has spent months helping himself. So maybe we should invite him to aid them in recovering. What say you?"
Just make him available as a resource if he's willing.
Well,
and if they're willing to use it.
I'm going to jump in real quick. Jeremiah's experience is unique. All their experiences are unique. Jeremiah suffered in a absolute extreme. Some of these folks partied. One of these guys, career soldier. One of these guys making tons of money. They're suffering. None of these others suffered. I mean, the guy who's just real deep in lust and hedonism, he's got some weird baby mama drama. He's got some stuff that he needs to, get cleaned up.
Different paraphilias.
So yeah, like Jeremiah had a very different engagement. Right. Yeah, no, and I'm on board. Some of these folks probably would, for instance, hedonism guy, if he had a clear mind, probably would like to get out of the life that he is living and that seers are nudging him to and encouraging him to live, but it's not going to be the same as especially the guy who's rich and is just completely focused in on business deals. He probably has no problem whatsoever with his life. And
that's more about because they were effectively in servitude.
And very similar to Jeremiah for like, a couple hours and then brought back.
Well, then, like we would say, more pointedly, he would say, at your core, you were the first to touch them and pull them away from their servitude. What do you wish to be their fate?
Send them home.
Yeah. Get them out of the mind
guarantee
fog.
them safety, but we can return them to where they should be.
We can.
Make sure they're not physically injured, which I don't think they are.
Nope. Even Jeremiah wasn't long-term physically injured. I mean, he lived the life of an enslaved man.
Wasn't he missing part of his leg?
That was a separate accident.
A separate problem.
That was that was living his life, unfortunately. And that is the other thing I will mention. You can send them back to where they belong, and they will be right there to be picked up and used again.
That's what I was about to say. So Legwitz had a lot of time to think about this. The big problem was they had some way of grabbing the same person because they knew who they were, and they could go and use magic to get them again.
Yep.
So the first thing Legwitz would like to do before sending them back is performing an improvised spell of space and prime to change the nature of the connections they could possibly have that people could rely on to grab them again. Like a clean wipe.
They'll physically be in the same spots they were in before, though.
Yeah. Well, again, we're gonna deal with that in a moment, right? But I'm just saying for the sake, see if this works fine for Drew. If someone is a person, you have some sympathetic connection to them that allows you to teleport them away, right? If somebody alters the possible sympathetic connections you have, such that it's scrambled, you can't teleport them away, right?
Not
That's kind of what's happening when you have
correct.
So,
but you are, and I will throw this back to the man that got murdered. These folks came here of their own free will.
All right.
Yeah, but welcome to the moral dilemma of the episode. Jeremiah lived a shitty life. The rest of these, moderate to okay to I'm high on life, or I'm just high lives. Business guy has connections and people. He is a known businessman. Like if you guys, lived in the same area, you would recognize him. It'd be like Warner or Warner Enright or Ike, right? These are people who live lives. So dropping them back into their lives. They're going to be right there. And similar to Jeremiah, in fact, Jeremiah had an entire plantation. If you had rescued him out of here and sent him back, not that you would do that to begin with, but as an example,
Of course, I know what you mean.
he's dropped back into a plantation that is super controlled.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, then let's dispense with the elaborate process of evaluating all of their connections, and I'll ask a direct question that you can answer. Do any of them lack families?
Nope.
Okay. How many of them have children?
Say half of them.
Okay, half of them have children. And do all of them have a spouse?
No. But I mean,
Okay, some of them
like I
don't
said,
have a spouse, but
hedonism
here
guy
and there.
has multiple baby mamas.
Yeah.
These
Gotcha.
people are they have lives, and you can guess, similar to with Jeremiah, that just every now and then they're just gone for a day or 6 hours or whatever, and then put to work making a gear from their life essence, resonance, whatever, and then taken back. You can also guess there's a ton, way more than a ton of gears.
Yeah,
this is happening
others.
There are a lot of other people.
all over the place.
People are being harnessed.
I'm going to cast a spell on these people.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What would we like to do?
We are going to cast a time patterning spell.
Ooh.
Okay.
Because I'm willing to bet that after they became put on a path of becoming the right people to make these gears, they have not changed very much.
Oh,
That is pretty accurate.
That's a great
they've
insight.
been kind of kept on a path.
So temporal sympathy to back to the point at which they changed shouldn't be that hard to get.
I like that.
Ooh.
Correct. Very, very good. They're basically
Fantastic.
unchanged.
So I'm going to alter their pasts to make them unfitting candidates to have become these
Okay.
workers.
that's brilliant.
Well done.
What does that do to who they are now? Like the businessman?
They clearly care.
Yeah, I was just saying they are going to show up.
This is a Theosis approach to fixing this problem with time.
Yeah.
I love
I
it.
kind of
I don't-
agree.
I
As long as
am
they're not
denying the
tools for
Seers their
ears.
tools. I'm not giving salvation to these people.
That's awesome.
The only concern I have here is that's going to be a duration thing.
What do you mean? Won't be lasting?
Yeah. And I am just referencing rewrite history, which is what this is sounding like. Because once the duration expires, the subject instantly reverts to the original history.
Great. I will spend an arcane XP and give it what's the Imperial one? It's like,
Oh, the living indefinite? That is effectively indefinite. Living indefinite was a special thing for 1E, where they were like, oh, you can cast indefinite spells on living people. And they were like, oh, you can do that already. So yes, if you do cast it at indefinite, the only way to get rid of it is somebody's got to beat your clash.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they got to be.
Excuse me. No, because you do not clash with Prime. Prime dispelling, you have to actually like hit it. You have to beat the resolve, which will not happen.
In conjunction with anything else that someone else does of the Cabal, they'd be quite different, right? Like if their past has been rewritten that they're not good candidates, and also any connections to having done this work is also removed, then
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. It only affects them. So they will show up with, their path has diverged, but they're going to drop in, Bruce Wayne, his orphan, his parents were never shot. So he jumps in and.
So now he's really bad at being Batman.
Correct. But
That's
Batman.
the idea.
Right. And I'm cool with that. I'm just making sure we're on the same page. Yeah. He's going to show up and be like, hi, I'm Bruce Wayne, billionaire playboy.
Yep.
And that's
and immediately
it.
fuck up the vibes of whatever they were making them do.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And they will know that there's a spell on them, but they can't, some of them can't do shit about it. I'm okay. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Cool.
We can also veil that spell.
So is this?
We have 3
so
prime.
they never pick him, or that they still pick him, but the work he does is shit for them.
Well, it's that they haven't gone through the experiences to make them good candidates for this. So then if they still get grabbed and put it back into the situation, then they're not going to accomplish
they're not the same people that
or the resonance or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And veil the spell. I like that idea.
Yeah, veil
and
3, because you could have 3 masters of prime veil it, 3 archmasters who are masters of prime veil it together, and then who's gonna know?
Yep. Well, really only need to have one because you can't stack spells, but yes.
Oh no, I just meant cool teamwork, because we've never had teamwork in the setting, right?
True.
Nobody's ever had overlapping arcana, but it doesn't have to be. It's fine. I mean, we could rely on hell to do it. I was just being excited that we all have overlapping arcana now.
Yeah. No. That's cool. I was thinking of multiple spells, but you meant teamwork. Yeah.
Yes, I just meant the teamwork cast, and that's all. Rolling dice together.
Yeah, nobody ever does ritual spells. But I like that. So Isabel laying down you guys are going to be terrible when they pick you up again. Some of them are going to have some life-changing events, and it's going to be hard for them. But it's better than being put to this, and will stymie seer stuff again, similar to Solace in Darkness, as Theodosia is going by now. Wait, Solace in Darkness?
Cool.
Solace of Darkness, excuse me. It's a fuck you. We're here. We're messing with your stuff. You've been in our town messing with our stuff. It's our turn now. And scarily, you can't undo our spells. So you're going to have to call on friends or call on the limited selection of archmasters, and which archmasters are willing to reveal themselves. Sir Lucan, was kind of flexing, acting like he was an archmaster, but is he actually? Yeah.
We'll see. It's gonna be a nice conversation.
I like that.
I mean, this is all basically a very elaborate glove across the face.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But that's the thing. It's also across multiple aspects, and this is I kind of harken back before of yes, all these different nimbus are on here, and anybody who tries to undo any of your work that ties to Clash of Wills or dispelling, they're gonna go, I can't beat it. I keep trying and I can't beat it. I can't get rid of it. And they're gonna have that quaking in their boots of, Did we pick a fight with 4 Archmasters? And with that,
sometimes snakes try to swallow things that are too big for them.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'll remind everyone of the flag of Mexico.
Oh yeah.
I dig it. With their pasts rewritten, their minds gently massaged to kind of forget what they have seen, Legba fires everybody off back to their homes. They're going to have a rough time of it, but it won't be enough to give them breaking points. Well, that's a lie. They might have some breaking points. But not because of your magic, just because of the lives they live.
That's what happened.
As they depart the caverns of Neakis, and then you all depart the caverns of Neakis, a familiar face awaits you well, actually, less of a familiar face and more of a familiar silhouette awaits you at the entrance of the caverns of Miakis as Rilla Remington, as you three knew her that one time. And Helena is there, who is this? Though I'm sure you probably have mentioned at some point in the past year, I'm sure, hey, that one time we met an Archmage version of one of our friends and Jules' old coworker. Yeah, we met an Archmage version of that. It's come
I think we said on stream that Legba would have offered at this point, once Helena formally joined the Cabal, access to distinct memories of those things if she wanted to, because it's relevant to know about the threats we faced before. So
That's right.
She didn't have to have taken advantage of that, but I think we did discuss that so that Hela in character would know as much as she wanted to know about the things that we saw.
Very true.
Yeah, I don't know if she would recognize her, but like if you, from y'all's reactions, I can probably figure it out.
This is Archmage Rilla. Got it.
Yep. The emphasis on that one time that you met her.
Got Chantry.
Yep. And she smiles at the three of you and nods at Helena. Says, "We need to talk. Because this might actually work." And we'll leave it there. My hair is doing this thing. What is my hair doing? Anyways, yeah, we'll leave it there. We have a Doctor Strange moment of... Sorry, podcast folks, the like surprise holding the one finger up. The one time. Maybe we can do it. And we're going to have, when we come back, Rilla Remington explains the Pax Arcanum and how you guys shouldn't break it. And they go, yeah, about that. A,
what?
Already
It was
broken.
broken when we got here.
B,
wait, that was a thing? Somebody should
care.
have said that immediately.
Yeah.
Like the rules only matter if they can be enforced.
Yep. Yeah. Bring it. And notably, it is brought up that like even the Archmages, the Exarchs are concerned about pissing off all the Archmasters, because if they all come together, they can undo the stuff that the Exarchs do. So they have to work within some limitation, even though they are still the Exarchs.
The Ascension War is a big deal.
Yep. But when there's four of you, and you are doing stuff that is fucking with the Seers, there's a good number of folks who are going, you know what? Let them. We're not going to stop them.
Not my monkeys.
Yeah.
That's right.
The best Godzilla, well, okay, not the best Godzilla quote, but a good Godzilla quote, let them fight. So yeah, that'll be next week. So thank you all for joining us. As always, if you want to come by Discord, we highly recommend it. Come tell us about your game, ask questions about your game. I guarantee somebody has played it in our Discord, or at least is like me, and I have a PDF copy of it, and I've read it a bunch of times, and I want to play it. So we can talk. Bring your mechanics questions, bring your stories, bring your pictures of your cats, dogs, snakes, birds.
Show us your art.
Show us your art. Yeah, it does. It says OA Art Gallery, but that's just because it's the Occultists Anonymous Discord that you are in, the art gallery. So come share your actual real art that you actually made yourself and did not come out of AI generative bullshit. I don't know where that came from. Anyways, come by Discord, www.geetinto.space. And if you want to support us monetarily, that's www.staylucky.club. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
See you next time.